No, I decided to come to Dubai because I'm interested, of course, in Dubai Expo, but really just to talk to people about what I'm doing, from a business standpoint. I'm a venture capitalist, and I really focused on smart transportation and smart cities, which is really the conversion from, the internal combustion engines to electric and hydrogen vehicles, charging infrastructure, marine, the airplanes, all the different factors that go into watching this transformation happen. But I decided to come to Dubai specifically because this is a place where it's really starting to happen much more than in the United States, where all the infrastructure has been built in the United States for 100 years, and it's going very slowly, whereas here they're more excited about it and they're moving much faster. But I wanted to come specifically to the Retosa conference because I'm going to meet a lot of nice people that are very interested in new technology, new ways of doing things, new asset classes, new ideas. And so I decided to, I'd come over, travel, and come visit and go to the expo and talk to a lot of people that seem to, have an idea of how they would like to move forward.
Share with us how your business has gone from strength to strength during COVID.
Well, certainly Zoom has helped a lot. But, I used to travel to visit all my companies before I invested in them because in my venture capital portfolio. But this hasn't been able to happen, so I've been focused on using Zoom. But I haven't really been doing a lot of new investments. I've been lucky enough, or surprisingly, to have a couple of the companies get bought out during this crisis. So it's really added to the returns for myself and the people that have been generous enough to contribute to capital, my limited partners. So during this crisis, I've just been, taking some money off the table, and there's plenty of opportunities to reinvest. So I'm getting ready to gear up and put the capital back to work because there's plenty of opportunities in this smart transportation area.
Mm-hmm. And tell us, what are your goals for the next quarters for your business?
Yeah, the goals really is to keep doing my homework, because that's very important for me to do before I make new investments. So my goals really are to find the right technology companies that are really going to be the next generation of technology, because there's been so many IPOs and other ways of getting money off the table, but there's a whole new group of companies that are very interested. So I'm really fascinated by that, and that's what I'm looking forward to do over the next couple of quarters.
And any suggestions or any sort of guidelines you could give to investors about how to best invest in moving forward?
Yeah, we've been in an 11-year bull market for equities. So I think, I have trimmed my portfolio a little bit because, the trees don't grow to the sky, but I'm not predicting that it's going to fall apart. I don't know, no one else knows. But what I have been doing is I have a person that's on my advisory board that was one of the biggest traders of equities and also hedging in portfolios. So I'm just using that as a way to limit my downside. So in case something happens and it rolls over, I won't lose a lot of money. I don't sell all my positions, because what I've learned is once you get out, it's hard to get back in at the right time. The old saying is, you invest low and sell high, and it's the hardest thing to do. Most people buy high and sell low. It's like when it's really up and about, oh, I got to get involved, it's really going crazy. Or then it sells down, they're like, oh, I got to get out, I'm losing money. And that's the exact wrong thing to do. You have to understand that you buy low and sell high. So I'm just using the hedging technique to really hedge the portfolio so I don't have a big downside, but I get a lot of the upside. And because the companies that I'm invested in, I've invested on some of them for over 20 years. Microsoft, and I know those guys from the old days. So I've been invested in Apple. I used to sit on a plane going to Hawaii next to Steve Jobs with his wife was on that side, I was on this side, and I would just talk to him. I wouldn't talk to him much about Apple and what they were doing strategy-wise. I talked to him about computers, and he was on his way on vacation. So and he was a very nice guy, so I had a good time.